friends, and welcome back to my studio. Thank you all so much for joining me today, and thank you for joining us for another episode of Pouring Coast to Coast. So today's challenge was set by Tracy, and it was colors that remind you of your hometown or home state. So for me, I'm using the colors of Purdue University because that's my alma mater. I'm from Indiana, and I'm third generation Purdue. So black and gold is the theme for today. Here we have the colors. So for my base coat, I have drips that have been saved from other pours and strained, and I just added a little bit of black to it to get this really nice, rich, metallic black color. And then from golden, I have carbon black. From Rust-Oleum, I have gold flash, which is an interference gold, so this is going to dry very different than it looks right now. And then from golden, I have iridescent gold deep. Now, this gold I really like using for things like this because when you have gold and black next to each other, often you end up with kind of a greeny tinge. And I think that's because a lot of cheaper gold paints have a lot of yellow additives in it, and this doesn't, so it stays a more pure gold. Now, I know I want to do a minimalist approach here with lots of negative space, and I always put down a base coat, but it's especially important if you know you're going to be leaving negative space. It just leaves that background a lot cleaner and clearer. Now, for my cups, I apologize. I had a second point of view set up, but forgot to start it, so I don't have all the cups on camera very well, but I'm basically going back and forth between black and the golds with using more of the deep gold than the interference gold for this. You can see my paints are nice and thick. I like that for this style of wandering straight pour, and especially when using gold and black together. Again, I mentioned that you can kind of get that yellow or greenish tinge sometimes, and leaving your paint a little on the thicker side is also going to help keep from getting that greenish tinge if you want to keep the gold and black really pure. Another thing I wanted to mention here is that remember, everything that looks white in the video is that interference gold. So as it dries, it's going to change significantly. And when you see the dried results, that's what gives it a little bit of a glow effect. It's just really a stunning paint when used with darker colors like this.
Don't answer the phone, spending the days on my own, then repeats this for weeks to come. I don't care what I miss, 'cause my life is dismissed. I keep searching for my bliss. It took days to finally start writing songs, but now it's begun. I go
Here on this second canvas, a couple of things started to go off the rails. I didn't like this first pour at all from the very get-go. I decided that pretty quickly. I knew there wasn't any amount of tilting that was going to fix it, so I decided to just scrape it off, pour a little more base coat down, and start over.
When you told me goodbye is the one
Now here, I really wish I would have done one of two things. I wish I would have either poured both of the cups at the same time, a little bit offset, or I wish I would have completely stretched out the top. I don't know if that makes sense, but I just had a lot of trouble getting the composition that I was looking for. I got there in the end, but it was a little bit more work. And one of the other things you're going to see me do here is I end up taking a little bit of the base coat and putting it at the base of that second pour that isn't all the way stretched out yet. And what that's doing is it's going to help pull that pour down a little bit. I just didn't have enough weight of paint to easily get it back to that other side of the canvas.
When I saw you walking down that hill, head high and shoulders back, watching you was such a thrill. All that I could do was laugh. I couldn't hold it back. I couldn't hold it. I couldn't hold it back. We were running on that open shore. No saddle on his back. I had never felt so free before. All that I could do was laugh. I couldn't hold it back. I couldn't hold it. I couldn't hold it back. I couldn't hold it back. I couldn't hold it. I couldn't hold it back. There I lay beneath the canopy on the gilded forest path, when an ecstasy came over me, and all that I could do was laugh. All that I couldn't hold it back. I couldn't hold it. I couldn't hold it back. I couldn't hold it back. How could I hold it? I couldn't hold it back. From our head to toes, we are standing in the overflow.
Here we are with the final walkthrough, and I am really happy with how these turned out. The minimal, simple color scheme, I think, just works gorgeously. And I don't know how well it shows up in the video, but the kind of glowing effect is from that interference gold that I used. And I absolutely love that. Okay. That's it for today. I hope you guys have a beautiful day, and thanks for joining us.